Hmm. Hello and welcome. It's Sunday. I'm just going to let my hair just do what it's going to do. And I just go ding, 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 ding. Then I'm alive. That's what it just said. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. So blessings to everybody and welcome. And hello. So I'm on the Guru Mama page and I am, my hello got filtered as spam. Uh, so good morning. I am on the Guru Mama page. I am also on the Mary June Tracy page and Periscope. So I'm on 3 pages right now, streaming live. So for those who are on the Mary June Tracy page, if you do a comment, I'll come back and I'll try and read it. I'll try and get it up here, but I don't want to get double audio. Well, maybe I can. Doesn't matter. Anyways, so I'm here also. So hello to if you do a comment, I'll come back. Oh, there we go. See, I get loud. So for those who are on the Mary June Tracy page. So welcome everybody and thank you for joining me today and being this Sunday. What about this Sunday? Let's see. It's raining here. I don't know what it's doing in your neck of the woods, but it's raining here. It's a little bit cold and drizzly. So we have that going on. I really had, waking up this morning and doing, meditation. I really took some time this morning to do not only my group meditation that we're doing right now, but doing a meditation afterwards and really stepping into a flow and into some energies of bringing in alignment and bringing in my own alignment. And with that, good morning. Whew, no one move. Coming into this alignment with self. And because this is, every weekend seems pretty heavy, with things happening and disruptions and, blessings going out to craziness that's happening in England right now in Birmingham. And blessings, also because, the thing is when, and I've mentioned this before, that when energies are at a very later degrees in the sign, it really causes a lot of stress. And Mars is at 28 degrees, right? And it's, and being at 28 degrees and the moon coming in and, conjuncting it. And the moon's right now, it's conjuncted. It's still kind of conjunct. It's only on the flip side. It's in Taurus. Really causes a lot of stress and a lot of, pepped up anger. Also where people are like, they're, can get lost in their delusions, can get lost in their thoughts and what they're doing. They can get lost in, of escapism can be a huge one, and having that escapism. And, blessings going out to another friend, a dear friend, whose best friend committed suicide last night. And I was just like, oh, yeah, So there's all of this intensity that is coming in and craziness and chaos. And I was just, here in Alberta, I was reading a little bit about our fucked up government. Because it is. And, even when the thing is that when I'm going to cast a vote or if I'm going, for whatever it is, one, I look at the energy of the person. I really take a moment and really get into their, what is their energy? What is going on? And I always had a feeling, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And I had, I've had the same, with even our prime minister, I've looked at him and I went, oh, okay, I don't trust you, but I know you're coming in. You have an agenda coming in. You have a certain agenda that you have to come in and do for whatever reason. But there is still something there that is penting up behind you. There's some other energy there. I've had that, when Boris the premier, the prime minister of Britain, when he stepped in. I was just like, what the hell? This is a political leader who doesn't have a stylist. Um, even when Obama, like I like Obama and I love his wife, took office, but there was something there. Like I knew he had an agenda too. Very much like Trudeau had an agenda. He came in to do something, to bring in transformation and change. He came in there and to create something against great opposition, right? And seeing that within him. But there is always something to me, and I know I have a lot of American friends, and I know, but there was something there that I felt missing. Same with our prime minister. I feel there's something missing. And I'm looking at a lot of the world leaders now and going into Trump. I mean, Trump, yes, we don't hear a lot of the things that he does that are positive, the jobs and the economic system and everything else. To the rest of the world, we see him as this huge demon, and that's, he's demonized to the world. But there is also with him that he has, when I go into his energies, he has his own agenda. He doesn't have the agenda as a whole. He has his own agenda of what it is. So very self-centered for energies, which is, God bless my Geminis, but that's very Gemini. And today I really took some time, and I don't know if you know of this. He is he's a spiritual leader. He's Jamaican. His name is Moji, and he does a lot of meditations and spiritual teachings. He's got this very, very soft, kind energy. And Russell Brand, who I have as my Archangel Raphael, because Russell Brand's my Archangel Raphael. He's done a lot of healing and coming in to heal the world. He was on his podcast, Illuminary. Is it Illuminary? Anyways, he was on the broadcast, and I've listened to Moji before because I love what he has to say, and his essence of what he was saying, in this broadcast was about who we are or who we think we are. And coming into who we think we are and as we look at that energy and we look at who we think we are, is that the truth of who we actually are. And so it can get very, levels of complication there or levels of intensity there. But his essence was coming in is that, yes, we need our consciousness, because with our consciousness, we're able to connect, and we're able to connect with the world around us. If we don't have our consciousness, then we don't have our awareness. We need our awareness. We need to understand what our awareness is, and allowing ourselves to have that understanding of our awareness. And in understanding our awareness, we are able to open ourselves up to new and different ways of perception, of stepping forward, and creating. And as we are going through this time in this world, right at this moment, we are going through a time of transformation and change, obviously. We are going through where we are seeing not only in the States, but in Canada, throughout Europe, and throughout other nations, a change in how we deal, how we express, how we see, how we come into fully understanding our consciousness, and how we, as humanitarians, as human beings, are wanting to come forth and create a substantial change. When we see dealings and we see governments and, wanting to create a world that is not of the highest good, which happens, throughout history, we've seen it. This energy that's coming in, especially right now for us, is going to bring into our consciousness, is going to bring into our world these disruptions. Disruptions of awakening, disruptions of explosions, not only within our own selves, but within that around us. And we, as light workers, are coming into this energy, and we have to come into our full consciousness and our full awareness in order for us to create and make changes that are needed in the world around us. Now, you're like, whoa, that's so much on a Sunday morning, Mama. Yeah, and it is. And I mean, I'm seeing it around me. I'm seeing it with different people around me. Some are stepping into their power and stepping into their light in such a tremendous ways. Others have been fearful to step in their pathway and step into their true essence to make the changes that they need. And because they don't want to give up, they don't want to give up that what they think they need. And this is where we get controversy. This is where we get explosions. Again, I keep on seeing explosions. So I'm getting a lot of explosions coming in. And when people are not wanting to really step into the change and step into that alignment, that's when your world around you falls apart. I've had that happen many times in my own life. And I feel, especially this morning, what I was receiving for guidance was prayer. And stepping into the energies of prayer and bringing in prayer. And as I was going through this, what came forth was the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi, make me a channel of your peace. Then from there, not only, did I came across my feed was Carolyn Mize and talking about the divinity and the grace of prayer. And I thought, okay. And even in the interview with Moji was about, coming into your grace and coming into that higher part of yourself and coming into your meditation and into your prayer. Many times I come across and especially when people are wanting to get into, say, witchcraft or paganism or any of those modalities or those ways of life, one of the key things that I feel gets missed is prayer, because they're so afraid of it. They're afraid of the prayer. They're afraid of that intimacy. Prayer is not meditation. Meditation is one thing. Meditation is when we are going out, when we go out and we are, saying our mantras, allowing our mind to expand and connect with the universe. The prayers are that of coming within and allowing ourselves to come within. And when we see so much disruption and chaos and within the world around us, prayer is what I believe is needed. Prayer, for many, feel like, well, what does prayer do? Prayer is energy. When you come in and you're allowing for that essence and that energy to come with you and come within you, to allow for your energies and to send forth your prayer to the world, send forth to the prayer to your own realm and asking for that grace. And when it comes to prayer, for me, it's a very private, very personal way of being. And when I do my prayers and say my prayers, they are ones that I'm sending out energy into the cosmos and to the Lord, and asking for the guidance and allowing for me to be that guidance and to show me how to be it, how to do it, and that I'm open to it. The beautiful thing is that it unfolds within the way God has it unfold. It doesn't unfold in our time. He doesn't have a smartwatch. He doesn't have, and God is eternal essence. Okay, that's what God is. It's an internal essence. He is not any dogma or religion. Religion and dogma are man. Time is man. So when I say God comes in this luminescent energy of a being that is omnipresent, and being guided into this energy of nothingness is being guided into the essence of trueness, of the essence of who you are. And we are going forth on our journey at this time in stepping forward into the trueness and the essence of who we are and the consciousness of it. And when we do this, and when we are doing it, we are all doing it in some way, in somewhere, some format. Some of us will fight it. Some of us will find that it's too much to bear in this life, so they must leave by their own hand or in some other way. And that's where a lot of the intensity comes in. Some will try to manipulate it and control it in an agenda to favor themselves and not to favor humanity as a whole. And we'll see that too as it unfolds. But for us to come into our prayer, to come into that grace and that being, and to be open to the guidance is something that we are all being called to do. And as light workers, we will find that we will be on this road and doing and holding our torch and allowing our light to shine, while others may not. And that's okay. But for all of us, it is for us to stand up and shine our light and do our prayers, like my mom, you got to do your prayers and, and open yourself up to that divine energy. So today, on wherever you are in this world, it could be a gloomy, rainy day, it could be cold, or you could be down in somewhere in California where it's like, hot and warm and you have the beaches and the ocean. Or you could be where it's just like, it's just a beautiful fall day today, coming into this energy. Although it's not fall yet, but I know when September hits, we get into the energies of fall. But this is a time for us to come in to our worthiness and work with that energy of stepping forward into our worthiness. And in let's see if I have it. Yes. And in this is coming forth of our self-worth, which encourages us to do the work needed for us to break through our self-limiting stories and habitual internal blocks. And many times those internal blocks are where we will do something that is escaping. And that could be through watching TV, through alcohol, through drugs, through exercise, through eating, those could be all those internal blocks. But when we acknowledge our potential and believe in ourselves, and walking the often long path of self-fulfillment becomes more palatable. We also understand the important role we play in the collective, which holds each of us. Developing our self-worth and understanding our importance helps us to feel good enough to show our true power to the world without fear. Opening up to our divinity, opening up to our divine. We often hold back our truth when we do not do this, for the fear that we will be rejected. But the true essence, and this is really where this energy is, where the moon and the sun in Virgo is a time to find what causes you to feel unworthy and step into a new story. And instead of allowing yourself or other people to say you are not good enough, it's to embrace your inherent perfection. And that's where we're coming into. It's for us embracing our beauty, our perfection. And with the moon in Taurus, it's about time, let's take a moment today and sit with a cup of tea or whatever it is that you want to drink, cup of tea, water, juice, whatever it is. But it's to come in and sit, come into that union, come into that prayer of gracefulness, of truth, and our essence of who we are. I'm going to pull out my, I know, it holds up my computer, believe it or not, this lovely book that I pull up every once in a while. No, we're on a slant. Here, hang on here. It's going to drive me crazy. So, today being September 6th, and this is from this book. It's called Simple Abundance. And September 6th, working from the heart. Work is love made visible. Most of us do not consider our work a personal form of worship. Work is worldly. Worship is withdrawing from the world to honor spirit. But could there be a more beautiful way to honor the great creator than by contributing to the recreation of the world through our gifts? This is what we are called to do each day through our work. Yet it is very difficult to get even a glimmer of the holy when we are harassed, unappreciative, overwhelmed, frazzled, and burnt out. Marianne Williamson believes that the worship is but a front for a temple, a healing place where people can be lifted above the insanity of the frightened world. Once, when she was working as a cocktail waitress, years before she answered her calling to become a spiritual guide and writer, she realized that people only thought they were coming to a bar for a drink. Really, the bar was a church in disguise, and she could minister to people with warmth, conversation, and compassion. No matter what we do, we can make it our ministry. She writes in her Illuminating a Return to Love, a reflection on the principles of A Course in Miracles. No matter what form our job or activity takes, the content is the same as everyone else's. We are here to minister to the human hearts. If we talk to anyone or see anyone or even think of anyone, then we have the opportunity to bring more love into the universe. From a waitress to the head of a movie studio, from an elevator operator to the president of a nation, there is no one job is unimportant to God. It is easier to imagine that work could be our worship if we could perceive the sacred in how we spend at least 8 hours of our day. Perhaps the secret to coming to this awareness, no matter what our present circumstances, is to discover the work we would love to do. But until we do, we need to learn to love the work we are presently doing. Today, you can begin to transform your workplace or your working style by considering how much you have to be grateful for. If you have a job, even one you dislike, it is the safety net as you take a leap of faith towards your authenticity. If you're out of work, the path already has been cleared for you to answer your authentic calling. Invoke Spirit as your personal career counselor. The mythical poet Khalil Gibran tells us, when you work, you fulfill a part of Earth's fondest dreams, assigned to you when that dream is born. Fulfilling your part of Earth's fondest dream occurs when you work from the heart. Working from the heart. So today, whatever you do, bring in the prayer, bring in your sacredness, and allow yourself to be open into that sacredness and into that being of true oneness in all that you say, in all that you be, and all that you do. Because you are all beautiful, whole, and holy beings. Blessed be everybody, and have a blessed day. And thank you for being a part of my community. Blessings, everybody. Bye-bye.